mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Every fan down in Broncos country liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just east of there, really did not. This Grinch used to love Christmas, but not the last 3 seasons. You can ask why, but you all know the reason. It's possible, perhaps, where she lives there's no snow, but it's more likely it's because the Broncos aren't 14-0. Maybe it's because Vance always says, "We have a plan," but then his QB can never find the open man. Perhaps the reason for this particularly bad mood is all the injuries to Broncos dude after dude after dude. But maybe the reason, after her team lost to the Browns, is the lack of good play calling on 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th downs. Staring at the standings with a big grinchy grimace, she said to herself, "These losing seasons are too repetitious." But she knew every Bronco hanging out in Dove Valley was reading the playbook and trying to get ready. Then she started thinking, how will I get through? What if my Broncos in the next 2 games go 0-2? So she growled with her grinchy Grinch fingers, nervously typing, "I'm tired of this team barely surviving. With backups and rookies but talent galore, there's no reason this team isn't winning much more." And then, with AFC rivals hoping to wreck her team's poise, she knew the best secret weapon would be Bronco fan noise.
Coming right back for the Broncos.
There's one thing we need. All the noise, 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 noise. There is still reason for fans to shriek squeaks and squeals, cheering super loud with hearts full of feels. They should dance with jing-tinglers tied on their heels. They can blow their flu-fluvers and bang their tartukas. They can rap their hoo-hoopers and bash their gardukas. They can spin their trumtukas and slam their slunkas. They can beat their blumbloopas and wham their hoo-wonkas. And maybe, just maybe, this menacing defense can bring back the entire team's confidence. They'll sack Derek Carr and stop the running back with ease, and then that defense will feast, 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 feast. They'll feast on Jordy pudding and savory Gruden treats. They'll grab Jared Cook and drag him down by his feet. And then the defense will do what it really does best. It will sack the QB and lay him to rest. Bradley Chubb will rev his engine, even Shelby Harris will prance. And those Raiders fans will be in a trance. And then they'll be forced to watch Von Miller dance. And dance, 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 dance. So the more the Grinch thought about this Broncos-Raiders game, the more she thought, "Please, offense, don't ruin this thing. Why, for 14 games I've put up with it now. I must stop the offense from failing. But how?" Then she got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. "I know just what to do." The Grinch laughed in her throat. "I'll make a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat." And she chuckled and clucked, "What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick." So on the night before Christmas, and all dressed in her suit, the Grinch grabbed the playbook and drew up some juice. She added more play action and plays to a tight end, no doubt, threw in a flea flicker, fake punt, and actually some crossing routes. Philip Lindsay was, of course, the unequivocal starter, but plays for Royce Freeman and Devontae Booker were added, and these were much smarter. Raiders will be thinking, "Keenum must pass," but then Lindsay will burst through the line and run it right up their ass. "No way this offense fails," she was grinchily humming, "and the Raiders and Chargers will have no idea that it's coming. Ah, that's a scene," grinned the Grinch, "that I simply must see." She paused and she got down on her knees, and she said a little prayer to the heavens above. "Please, football gods, show my Broncos some love. In spite of this coach and despite so many injuries, I'm just asking for 2 more great games. And a better quarterback next time, please. The season may be over for all practical purposes, but Chubb needs some sacks and Lindsay more touches. We've got 2 Pro Bowlers who are ready to prove This Broncos squad knows how to improve. The Grinch didn't need to fret and worry so much. In fact, it's just a lack of imagination and such. So, she's ready for her Broncos to dismantle the silver and black, running the ball down their throats and going on the attack. Oh, what a Christmas this could turn out to be if the Broncos can win and make Phillip Rivers get more whiny. But then the Grinch thought, what if the Broncos can't do this? And it occurred to her, such thinking was ludicrous. Maybe football, she thought, doesn't require such uproar. Maybe this game and this team mean a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Broncos country, they say that the Grinch's orange and blue heart grew 7 times that day. Of course they can beat the Raiders and Chargers. Screw the draft order. Fans need to be smarter. They're AFC West teams the Broncos simply must beat. Can't lose to the Chargers or Raiders this week. So the Grinch dug down, and she dug pretty deep. She found some positivity, and she found it in heaps. And now that her heart didn't feel quite so tight, she cheered and she cheered without so much fright. Because this is her team. There are no slouches. Well, just one, but he's still drunk talking to people on the couches. The AFC West can be Denver's next year. A new coach in the building will get this team in gear. This is Broncos football, and it's always quite a ride. Postseason or no, it's never really a downside. They will make some great catches and get sacks galore. A few bursty runs usually evens the score. And if there's a season that doesn't end just right, they pull out Super Bowl 32 DVDs. Call it a night.
Squeezes, steps up in the pocket. Elway can run inside the 10. Head first. He dives inside the 5-yard line. Goal from the 1. Elway. Davis. Same play. Davis to the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
Because this is Broncos country, where we always bleed orange and blue. And to our rivals in LA, KC, and Vegas, we remind you, our number of Lombardis is a lot more than you. Merry Christmas, Broncos country!
Keenum gonna keep it, go for the end zone, and he gets there!